Charles, what are your thoughts on Daniel Schmottenberger? I've actually had several conversations with him. He's a super cool guy. I'd love to work with him on a project. Do you think they were virtue signaling at all? I haven't watched it. Hollywood virtue signaling? I've never heard of such a thing, Diogenes. Ever. Thoughts on Henry Cavill being cast as in Warhammer 40K? Okay, so Warhammer 40K Games Workshop is one of my favorite cinematic universes, gaming universes, and it's good to see it become a cinematic universe. It's just such a delightful setting. It's a grimdark future. It's like H.P. Lovecraft meets a really depressed fiction writer meets high sci-fi. You put these things together, and then you just got a dose of religious fanaticism and all kinds of crazy shit. And it is super exciting to see that they're going to do this. It is a world that is utterly incompatible with the woke shit. Utterly incompatible. So it's going to be really hard for Hollywood to navigate this one. It really is. You can do diverse casting and all that other stuff, but there's no tolerance for those types of themes inside that setting, inside the world. So if they're actually going to do a faithful representation, they have to put in like a hyper-conservative religious zealotry and a regimented society where every person is like a cog in a gargantuan galactic bureaucracy, and they all have to worship the God Emperor. And the Space Marines are asexual killing supermen. So it's so cool. And then you have all these amazing Xenos like the Eldar and the Tau and the Tyranids and the Orcs. So it's going to be really fun to see what they do with that particular setting. And it's grim dark, and there's an incredibly fanatical fan base. So you think Star Wars fans are bad? The Warhammer fans, they've read it all. They know it all. There's a guy named Baldermort on YouTube who does like hour-long videos about one particular thing, like a Dark Angels chaplain and how you become a chaplain, and that whole process of getting confession from traitor Marines and the black pearls that they get on their collar. It's crazy the depth that these guys have. Flash Gets even has these great parody videos with furries and Warhammer, like the eternal scourge of the furry worlds. So highly recommend it. It's going to be very difficult for them to make it and make it entertaining and really capture the spirit and ethos of Warhammer, because really all it is just the total immersion in a society whose only purpose is conflict. There's no art or culture or these things. There's pure war. There's only war in the Grimdark 40K universe, and any moment of temptation to do something else, they even have a chaos god named Shlanish who tempts you, and then when you go down that road, like horrible things happen. So it's really interesting.